Alright guys, I'm back and I'm about to leave for the airport later on today because I'm going on a trip, and I'm going to replace my Leica Q3 with a brand new camera. If you want to know what it is, you will find out in this video. On this trip I'm going carry on only, as on most trips recently, and for that I picked up this Roller Pro by Peak Design, and it actually serves one purpose: not to keep my camera gear, because there's no camera insert in here. This is only for keeping my clothing and my tripod and my laptop basically. So far it's been pretty good, and the tripod that I will bring is this guy here. Is this Coleman 0Y carbon fiber tripod. This is very lightweight, just a little bit over 1 kilogram, and it's very sturdy. And yeah, I mean, you can get this on sale sometimes for 200 euros roughly here in Europe. And I think for that it's a pretty good deal. So, and in case it gets lost or anything, it's not the end of the world. So better than the tripod that costs 3 times as much. And I'm not a tripod fan, but for video, it's very useful to have a tripod. The camera bag that I will be bringing, and that will keep all my camera gear, is this guy here. It's the beautiful Oberwert Little William. It's not so little, I would say. It's also called the SL Medium. I think that makes more sense, even though I would say this is small, almost like large or extra large. But they have even a bigger one than this one, which is crazy to think about, because this would be the max size I would actually carry as a camera bag, to be honest. But yeah, man, this bag is awesome. Like all the other Oberwert bags, the leather, just check it out. It's so beautiful. And this leather is so soft. I mean, you cannot touch it like I do right now, but the leather is so beautiful. And this here is the Reporter edition. So it's like the Leica cameras, it's in green. It's very, very nice. It also comes with this strap that you can attach here to carry it around. But I just took it off for this video because it makes some noises. And yeah, so this is the camera bag that I will be bringing, and it's very nice. And in the back here, have a place by Velcro, so I can put it on my suitcase and I don't have to drag it around, which is really nice because it's fairly heavy. You will see how much gear this bag actually takes. It's nuts. And also in the back there's a zipper here, and I will put my passport in here. So, all right, so let's see what's actually in this bag, and also I will show you the camera that I picked up that is going to replace my Q3 on this trip. All right, here I have this new flash that I just picked up. It's the Godox V480. It's only a little bit bigger than the other one I'm using, but has 1 stop more light, and the battery in here lasts insanely long. I had a shoot, a commercial shoot, and I shot around 2,000 images, and most of the shots I used flash. This was wasn't my main flash, so it was not on full power. It was between 1/4 to maybe half power, and the battery was still like 30% was left after the whole shoot, which is insane. And also on this guy here, you can directly charge the battery on this Type-C port here, which is really cool. So you don't need to look around a charger, and in case you forget your charger, you're pretty much done. So yeah, absolutely sick. I really like this. And also I pimped it a little bit. As you can see here, I attached a cold shoe, and on here I have this thing here where I can attach a wrist strap. So when I'm walking around with a flash, I cannot drop it because it's just attached to my wrist, which is absolutely nice. So then I have another flash in here. In here I have this one I can even carry around with the neck strap. Yeah, this is the V350, the one I was using before, or I'm still using, but this is just backup because in case something breaks, then I have this one as well. Otherwise I would not need this. In here we also have a few straps. So these are Peak Design straps. I like leather straps, but these are more versatile, and look, they are very small footprint, so it's really good for traveling with these. In the front here we have this battery case, Peter McKinnon. I have some batteries in here for all cameras that are in this bag, so you will see which ones I'm talking about. And also I picked up these batteries from Smallrig because you can charge them through this port here, so you don't need a charger for these as well, which is very, very handy. All right, so let's continue. Also here for SD cards, nothing special. And for my flash, of course, here's the Godox X3, the flash trigger I'm using, and I'm really happy with this. So I'm using this now since over a year, and it's really good. So I highly recommend if you want to use a flash trigger and if you use Godox, pick this up. It's insane. And also in here, a wrist strap. It's held in place by magnets. First I thought, there's no way this is going to last. So I was very worried that this might come loose, but it's not. And it's just held in place by a magnet. It's insane. This is how I'm carrying around the flash. Okay, what else? Another wrist strap. But this one is for peak design. And then I also have these filters here from Freewell. They're fairly new and they're really good because here is this already has a mist filter. It's attached. You can take it off if you don't want to. And it's not held in place by magnets. So just slap it on here and it doesn't come off. Like the magnets, sometimes they're not strong enough, but this one will not come off, which is awesome. And the filter itself, it's very thin. And this is a 3 to 7 stops ND and also it's a polarizer built in. So this is really good. I'm using this, basically this is only for video work. And in here, I just have the battery case for this puppy here. This is the Action 5 Pro DJI. Really good action camera, really good image quality, so I'm going to use this for POV videos. This camera here, the Lumix S5 Mark II, this is basically my main camera for filming, so I'm going to use that. I have this since 1.5 years and I'm absolutely loving it, so the image quality coming out of this is gorgeous, and it's really, I mean, if you look them up, you can get these for around 1,200 euros if you get a good deal. It's crazy. I mean, it's a full frame camera with really good image quality, good autofocus. The first iteration of the camera, the autofocus wasn't that great, but on these ones and the newer ones, it's really good. So highly recommend these here. And on here, by the way, I have this camera plate for using the tripod, in case you're wondering. And also here I have another filter. This is the Short Stash Everyday filter. This is a polarizer and also a mist filter, really great. So I'm using this also. All right, then, even though I'm going to replace this camera with another camera, this camera here will be my backup camera. So, I mean, just imagine what I'm saying here. So the Leica Q3 is my backup camera. What might that other camera be? It must be a really crazy camera, I guess. So let me show you what lens I'm putting on my Lumix S5, and it's this guy here. It's the 24 to 60 2.8, and look at the size. It's very small. So since I have this, I'm not relying so much on prime lenses because it's very versatile, and it's just a little over 500 grams, which is like a pound, and yeah, it's crazy. It's a 2.8, constant 2.8, 24 to 60, so great lens, loving it for video, it's awesome. What's the camera? It's in here. Well, it says Olympus, but trust me, it's not an Olympus camera. This is just from some old, very old compact camera. But in here is, drum roll, it's the Ricoh GR4, yes. I picked up a Ricoh GR4, so I'm bringing this camera. Also attached already is the filter adapter, because the very convenient thing is it holds the same filters as the Q3, so 49mm, which is great. And it also prevents the lens from sucking in dust. So I'm not sure if the new one is better when it comes to dust, but yeah, awesome. So I have not shot this camera yet, but this will be my main camera on this trip, so I will let you know what I think about it once I used it for a little bit. Let me know in the comments what were you expecting, what camera I will replace my Q3 with. I just got this 2 weeks ago, but I had no time to go out and shoot. And I got lucky because I pre-ordered the camera 5 minutes after pre-ordering opened. So I got this 2 weeks ago, and also I picked up 2 spare batteries and they showed up yesterday. So I wasn't sure if I would get them in time for my trip, but I'm so lucky because 1 battery is probably not going to cut it. So now I have 3 batteries. Awesome. All right guys, I will put links to all the things that I showed you in this video in the description box so you can check it out. And if you want to pick up something from the Overworld website, use my code and you get 10% off on checkout. So, all right guys, there's one more thing I wanted to mention. Maybe some of you might remember that I was doing a podcast with a friend a few years ago, but at some point we stopped because there was no time to keep going. However, we brought back the podcast and it's more professional than before. It's really good. So if you want to check it out, I also will link it in the description box down below. It's mainly focused not so much about gear, it's more about creativity and photography. So we also had some cool guests on the podcast already. If you want to check it out, I will link it down below. Even though it's in German, you can still use the captions and have English. And I think it's worth it. So like I said, check it out. All right guys, that's it for today's video. I'm going to see you very soon from a different location, and hopefully the GR4 is holding up so I cannot tell you, or I'm not about to tell you in a few weeks, oh, I replaced my Ricoh GR with this camera here, the Leica Q3. All right guys, see you in the next one. Until then, auf Wiedersehen.